Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into one of Vulnhub machines, which is Nasef 1. The link will be put in the video below so that you can download and play on your own. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So now let's get started. If you want to have a beginner level machine, this is just for you. And beyond walkthrough, I will introduce additional but also very important techniques. Okay? And although here in the description, this machine can use VirtualBox to set up, but based on my practice, this machine will work better with VMware rather than VirtualBox. Okay, so then we can head over to Kali Linux. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. To discover the IP address of the target, we can take different techniques. For example, we can use the Netdiscover. We can use ARP-Scan, and also like the Nmap with a SN option. For example, let me show you what I mean. The sudo Netdiscover. Press enter. So as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 2.12. And also we can use the Nmap with SN option and followed by the IP address of the IP address arrange. Okay, and press enter. Okay, so also we can identify the IP address of the target as 2.12. I think this way or this technique has wider use case. Even though the target machine is not at the same network as our attacking machine. Okay, and also we can use the ARP-Scan. And we need to specify the interface and also the IP address arrange. Press enter. So similarly, we can discover the IP address of the target machine as 12. So what shall we do next? We need to perform port and safe scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we can get out its results. So let me explain these options for you. This option is SYN scan or stealthy scan or TCP SYN scan. Of course, if you want to use this option, you need to have the root privilege, okay, and the version scan, and also the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range point scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the Nmap scanning results, we can tell that the target has 2 open ports. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information OpenSSH, even its exact version number. If you want to check whether this version is vulnerable or not, we can use such as Sprite, OpenSSH, or not SSL, OpenSSH, and press enter. We didn't get any result. So the second port number, second open port is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information. And from its title, we can tell that this site is running default homepage of Apache. Okay, so now what shall we do next? we need to enter the enumeration stage with this web application, both manually and automatically. And here I talk about automatic enumeration. This means I will use some kinds of utilities to conduct such enumeration like Nicto. Okay, so let me clear the screen so then we can have more space on the window. Let's fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. Press enter. Indeed, the target application returns this default page. But very important, especially you are doing CTF-like machines, to check its source code. And let's scroll down, because sometimes we can find something sensitive or important from the source code, okay? But not this one. So until we reach the bottom, so nothing exciting we can find from this source code. Next, let me bring up the terminal window to conduct automatic enumeration. For example, I always use Nicto to begin with such, the automatic enumeration. Okay, press enter. And we can get the version information. If the version is vulnerable, Nicto can also tell us or return back such information for us. Also like the request header, allowed HTTP methods. If the target application is or allows dangerous method such as put, and then we can utilize such dangerous method to upload malicious PHP file or maybe some other types of file. Okay, so nothing here. Next, we can launch the Gobuster to perform directory enumeration. Let me grab the historic command, press enter. So, Gobuster can support a variety of subcommands. We can use Gobuster with help option. Let me make it bigger. So as you can see over here, available subcommands which can be supported by Gobuster includes like the dir, or short for directory, enumeration, DNS, subdomain, enumeration, fuzzy, even can do the fuzzy. Of course, I always use other types of tools to perform fuzzing, like FUF, like wfuzz, okay? And GCS, I never use this one. Maybe it has something to do with the public cloud, okay? Enumeration. And S3, AWS bucket enumeration, even the TFTP enumeration. But I never use this subcommand, okay? And for each subcommand, we can use, Gobuster, dir. If we want to, which kind of options should be configured, and then we can use help again. So it means that for different subcommand, and options would be different, okay? So in this case, as you can see, a lot of available options. Like I think use these options most, like I think like the B, some kinds of filter URL, and also sometimes we need to specify the user agent. And if the web application has been configured to use basic authentication, and we need to use this option. And also we need to use, I think these are major options I used often, okay? So now let's go back. So here, I use the U option to specify the URL of the target, and then use the W option to specify the word list. I always use this word list to begin with, although sometimes we need to try different word lists. Okay, if you want to know how many word lists, we can use this way. User share word list. Press enter. Different word list force into different subdirectory. Okay. And also sometimes we need to use this list, sec lists. In order to use this very big word list, you need to install it. Okay. But for example, we can use package manager to install it. I've already installed it before, so now, but of course, this case, this is not necessary with this machine. And also for me, I always use this option, X option, and you can put, so depending on the application type, for example, this case, this is the Apache 2. In many cases, the interpreter or the running engine would be PHP. So of course, we can use this option, or PHP extension. But okay, I think we got this one, good mass. So now we can download, or we can use wget because this is a file. We can copy and paste over here. Oh, sorry. I mistyped the IP address. Should be 12 rather than 2. So now we can cut out this file. So from the header and also the end, we know that this should be a private key. And even we're given the username. So next, I think we need to remove the last 2 lines, including this blank line. Okay, so how to do? We can use vim and good. So we can delete, write, and quit. In order to use this private key, we need to change its permission, change mode, command 400. And also I think 600 also can work, but for me, I think we need to take least privilege principle. Okay, so ID, okay, it's fine. Next, we can use this private key to SSH to the target. And the username, we can copy it here. And the IP address of the target. But, we should provide a passphrase to use this key. And no problem, we can use a built-in utility of Linux to convert this private key to hash. Okay, SSH John, and press enter. Cut out this hash. So this is some kind of hash value. Next, we can launch the John the Ripper word list. I think we need to use we can use the locq word list. Press enter. Because I have already conducted such brute force against this hash, and John the Ripper will not do this again. To get the cached password or passphrase, we can use the show option hashes, and the password is reading. Very simple passphrase. So now we can connect or SSH to the target one more time, and reading. Fantastic. We have already got initial foothold on the target. let me clear the screen first. Then we can get a bigger space on the window. The first command I'm going to run is ls with options of ALH. So we can grab the user flag. So next we need to, conduct local enumeration. For example, we can check whether this user can run sudo, but we do not have its password so far. So we just try 3 attempts. Okay, next, I think we need to go to the home directory. Just one user. Great. So next, I think we can go to the opt directory. Nothing here. Go to var. Go to backups directory. Nothing here. www directory. HTML directory. So, okay. So nothing at all. Okay, go to mass, save. Nothing here, private key. So next, I think we can upload NmPEAS shell script to, to perform automatic enumeration. And always we need to navigate to temp directory. Here we can, we can write, we can save a file, we can execute a file. Okay. So now let me, of course, I've already got this script ready. NmPEAS shell script. You can get it from GitHub, or if you have trouble to get this, please let me know in the comment box below. So next, we need to upload this shell script to the target. How to do? We can take so many different ways, like we can use SCP, we can use the netcat, also we can set up the web server. For example, here, we can check whether, Python 3 is available. So we can, this is, we need to upload, this way we can use this way to download a file from the target. So vice versa, or conversely, we can set up the web server on the Kali Linux. And this is my preferable way to upload the file to the target. Okay, Python 3 and module -m means module. And we want to run http://server module. I think HTTP is the package and the module name. So now we can use the default port number 8000. Now we can use wget to upload. IP address of the Kali Linux. And then we can run it. When we try to make privilege escalation or lateral movement, we should make use of this script if the target machine is Linux. Also, if the target machine is Windows, we can use its counterpart, which is called WinPEAS file. Okay, but here, because our target machine is Ubuntu, is Linux, so we can upload this NmPEAS shell script to perform. I think we have already found the vector which can allow us to elevate privilege, because this password file is writable. This is very, very clear and straightforward misconfiguration for us. So we need to manipulate this file. We can create the file. We can create the user. And of course, also we need to create the password for this user and append this line or this entry to this file. Okay. So now let me get the first line. We can copy and paste over here. So here we can create the user like a Bob or anything. And now we need to we need to create password with command OpenSSH. And so this one specify the type of the hash, and I think this should be the MD5, but it doesn't matter. Also, you can use other types of encryption, okay? And the sort is JSON. You can use any sort, okay? So, and the password is 12345. We can press enter. Now we can copy this encrypted password and replace this X. Okay, so now we can copy the whole line and go back to the text shell. We can echo, append to password file, and then we can change to Bob. Password is 1234, what we've set just now. It does work. We have already become root user. Now we can navigate to root directory and to get the final or the root flag without any difficulty. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day, please.